When?
Frisco, I think, is rumored to be someone I think we know. Wait, he has been?
Frisco? Oh my god. Or AJ.
Hold on, hold on.
Both. Oh my god. Well, frick, what does his voice sound like? Summers NT Live? So, like a while ago? He was my. Okay.
Oh, see, but Frisco, see, but Frisco,
Our Discord's getting hacked, guys. Sorry. I'm just kidding.
I'm trying to catch up. Hey, Minty T. Hey, Ben. Um, yeah, we actually know who Frisco is, though, and that is interesting because that is one of our suspects on this AJ account, and it actually makes sense. But interesting. Interesting. I still would very much like AJ to.
We want to talk to AJ. Cause I think it's kind of ironic that I was being accused of jumping on a hate train, but I'm the one getting disgusting messages in my DMs. Does anyone else feel like that's a little weird? Mrs. Nimbus shared it to AJ, but it went into the requests, so they probably won't see it. And if it's like a burner account, they probably wouldn't get like a notification. Thank you, Scoozy. I try. I'm not a hateful person, that's the thing.
Sorry.
Yeah, I wasn't even reading the comments last night. Because, well, I was reading some of them, but if it was in all caps, I wasn't reading it. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay. All right. I gotta stop reading Discord messages. It's distracting. Anyways, yeah. I thankfully this is like the latest. I don't even know what time it is because my freaking clock. Yeah, I am always going to stand up for trans people and marginalized people when I can, when it's appropriate for me as a white woman to do so. And I hope that by having this live, it gives people the opportunity to kind of be able to see the reality of like how there is fallout. Um, yeah, yeah. This behavior is unacceptable and it is encouraged by, yeah, yeah. I think that's the problem is why are you going this hard against someone who may have made a mistake about who laughed at what, but the bigger issue is that this was platformed and encouraged anyways. Frisco is one of Nancy Gray's people. Yeah, Frisco is apparently has been confirmed to be someone that we suspect that is also AJ. And they are a violent, aggressive person in their words and their actions.
Yeah, exactly, popcorn. Like, honestly, I feel so bad because I like, could have swore that that's what I heard. But then the clip was played like 3 hours after we were talking about it. And then it was like just a flip. Like, oh, everything that Maverick said tonight is out the window because he was wrong for one little thing.
Yeah. Um, yes. That's the thing is, so what happened was, Maverick, were you on the panel when Doug said the joke?
No, I already like silently stepped away with like interacting in the chat, but I was listening. Anita, I was about to like say your full name, but I appreciate it. I won't say your full name. Drew, you did. Unfortunately, you did miss something really big. We were on live till like 5 a.m. my time, or like 4 a.m. It was crazy.
This is still continuing because this message was sent today, Jason. So, do we want to still have this conversation? No, we don't. But unfortunately,
Thank you, Anita.
unfortunately, we still have to have this conversation because what happened last night cultivated this conversation, this audacity.
Yeah, I'll say this right now. I've been on different lives before talking talking of experience. I have posts talking about it. I have never once in my however many years I've been on TikTok, never once have gotten a message like that before. So if last night didn't happen, I wouldn't be getting this message today. So that's kind of why we're live right now. We just want to talk to AJ, to be honest.
Yeah, this is really just a call out live. AJ, you said it in the DMs. Come on in and say it with your chest. Um, say it with your full chest. I don't know if they will.
Oh,
And genuinely, this isn't even like, I appreciate everyone that is here, and I really hope that this is showing Maverick the amount of support that he has. Yes, I believe it has been shared.
yeah, it has. If anyone in here is already mutuals with AJ, because I know Mrs. Nimbus blocked them today, but then unblocked them to send it. So if anyone is in here or is listening from the window, because I do it, we all do it. If you're friends with AJ, click the screen, join, click that share button, and just send it to him, and then you can leave. Thanks, guys.
I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad that this is showing the support that you deserve, and that what last night was supposed to be.
Yeah.
It doesn't, in my opinion, it doesn't even fucking matter who laughed at the damn joke. It was the fact that the joke happened and was encouraged on a platform to the point where there were trans people in the comments that felt so uncomfortable they had to bring it up, and then they were just like brushed off with their concerns because, and that nobody spoke up when it was said.
And I was blocked after. Also, I just want to throw it out there if anyone cares. I know you guys all love getting the tea and the receipts, but I had no idea my private DMs with people were going to be shared on live. And that was kind of jarring to me, not going to lie. But obviously, that's what can happen on TikTok. I just was not expecting that. But this type of DM can be shown out there because, like, what the hell is this? No, I haven't. I haven't talked to Jessica since she got off live last night.
To give a rundown of what happened. So, and I'm going to turn my phone away so that I can't read it because that's my problem. Is I keep getting distracted. My ADHD is strong. So there was a live that I did not even see because I asked, or I had everybody blocked. I was done with everybody that was involved. This was Teapots, or maybe it was on Cez's live. One of them were live, and they were doing, I believe they were doing trivia.
Yeah, after
Um,
they were done harassing someone.
yeah. And I Am Doug, the creator I Am Doug, went up into one of the boxes and made a joke. And the joke was to the extent dead naming Caitlyn Jenner and saying that, and I don't even like repeating the joke because it's not funny. Um, Essentially saying, okay, oh my God, why is it so hard for me to say this? Um,
I'll repeat it.
okay,
So Doug, I don't know. Okay, so they were talking about Olympians, and everyone started like screaming out Michael Phelps, and then Doug said, "Caitlyn Jenner is my favorite X-Men," and I got really uncomfortable. I was just listening. I didn't want to say anything in the chat because I didn't want to like start anything up, and I didn't know that Jessica was gonna go live. I thought from a perspective of a trans person who has been hanging out with these people quite a bit recently, and it wasn't making me feel good that I had this information. So I told Jessica what happened, and I also messaged Blue about it. And then Jessica decided that she was gonna go live and talk about it for 4 hours. And Ben, honestly, that is so fair. I wish I could have left.
yeah. So sorry, Jason. Yeah, this was just asked to be like given a recap because a lot of people are confused about what is happening. So after last night's 5+ hour fucking live, everything was aired out. In my opinion, it was not. It didn't come to a conclusion. Anyways, that's not the point. This message was sent to Maverick. So the bad joke aired out on live, 6 hours. What else do we want to happen? We want AJ. We want AJ.
Jason, that is like I'm sorry to hear that, but he made a mistake and he has to sit with that. That's on him. It's not my fault he's not feeling the greatest. I'm not feeling the greatest from the fucking joke he made. So, how about that?
That's also a very typical kind of like, my actions now have consequences. Look at me. I'm sad.
Yeah.
We have to see if there's change, but I'm going to be honest with you, Jason.
Okay.
He
And
has to do more internal work. He has to do a lot of work to be considered to be changed. And this isn't, once again, this isn't even about Doug. This is about
yeah,
AJ.
it's not.
It's always, this is about, yes. And I think that's the thing is like, he's allowed to be himself. And yeah, I don't think, I wasn't there last night. And so that makes this also difficult. I was filled in as best as possible. I'm not going to watch that shit because it's going to be, yeah, that's wilted. I hate that last night was a platform for hate towards a trans man. Yes. And even today, it is about the feelings of the white straight men. So and so is really beat up about it. So and so was attacked and deserves an apology. No. No, they don't. They were not Their identity was not attacked. Maverick's identity was attacked and has continued to be attacked as a trans person. No,
Jason,
they're still now saying that Blue deserves an apology, and that they knew there was a feeling. It's just, sorry, Maverick, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say, I would have loved if when I went up there, it was just 20, 30 minutes. We air all this shit out, we apologize, and we move on. Everybody blocked me, and I was honestly fine with that. I was kind of like, well, that's kind of weird, but you block me, and then I'll just block you back, like Seth said. You just block each other back, and then you just move on. And that's what I was hoping for. But when you're up there, I don't know if you've ever been on a live like that before, but time moves so quickly. I thought I was up there for maybe 2 hours. I kept checking the clock, like, oh my god, it's almost 4 o'clock in the morning, and we're still talking about this. Like, it wasn't like I wanted to keep talking about it. It was that people kept coming up, people kept talking in the comments, Jessica kept saying stuff. It's just how the live ended up happening.
And the reason I'm saying, who said that Maverick apologized and Blue said okay. Just what was this? 3 hours ago, Jessica Diamond was live, and someone in the comments said like last night was crazy, and she was like, "Yeah, I feel really bad for Blue. I'm so glad my initial like feeling was right, and that I know him, and he didn't do that." While still having Teapot in the comments being like, "Yeah, last night was rough." You laughed at the joke. You thought it was funny. And don't give me that bullshit that it was an awkward laugh because the joke was off. No. You drop that person, no matter how uncomfortable you are, and say, I'm sorry I laughed. I was uncomfortable. And then literally you muted someone calling it out.
Yeah. And I was fine with what T sent me. She sent me this long ass message, and I said, okay, I appreciate the apology. And yeah, I'm just not going to be entertaining you guys anymore, pretty much.
Jason,
And
why don't
she,
you come up?
yeah. And she said, thank you for responding. And then the next day she blocked me. So I would have been fine with that. We could have just moved on. I told Jessica what I told Jessica, and it made me feel better because I told her what happened. But she's the one that decided to go live and share my messages without me knowing and without the knowledge, or with the knowledge that I wasn't in there. I could have not been in there all night, and you guys wouldn't have heard my side of the story once. They would have just yapped for 5 hours.
Jason, you're fine. You're allowed to disagree. I want you to come up in the box so that you can explain things.
Yeah, Jason, if you're trans, I would love to hear your take on it.
But
And
also, I don't. The only reason why I'm asking you, Jason, to come up in the box is genuinely, I don't like when people do the whataboutism stuff. Like, well, what about Jilly saying the grape joke? What about this person who said this? Right now, what we are talking about is trans. Hold on. Wilted is here.
he,
Hi, Wilted. Oh, she paused. She might still be. not able to talk. Um,
Yeah, exactly. It's been an ongoing pattern as well. It's not just been, oh, this is one little joke and one little time. Like, no, it's been
so,
ongoing.
Jason, if you do decide to come up, I will
I also want to
self
say
mute.
that I understand giving people an opportunity to change. I personally talked to them about this exact issue about 2 weeks ago. This was their opportunity to change. I told them that they are curating an environment filled with people who are verbally and emotionally violent, who are down this pipeline, and who aren't able to keep those opinions to themselves because they keep saying they're not political, but then they say these horrendous jokes and these horrendous comments. And then when you say, hey, that is political, that hurt my feelings, they then say, no, it's not. This is you making it political. And that's Darvo if I've ever seen it. So we've given them time to change. We've given them lots of time to change. We stepped away. We left. We told them, you're hurting people. We told them, this is how you're hurting people. This is what you need to look out for. Please stop hurting people in this way. Weeks ago, we begged them, and they said, F you, and blocked us. So I'm at the point where they know that they are hurting people. They're just choosing that they don't want to acknowledge it. They're choosing to put their ego first. They're choosing to use the words that they want to use because that's what makes them feel good about themselves. And in my opinion, that's a mean person. If you don't care that you're hurting me, you're hurting my friends, you're hurting all these other people in the comments that are saying you've hurt us, and you say, I do not give a single care, and you can't stop me from acting the way that I'm going to act, that's a bully. That's a mean person. That is someone who is performative in their activism and who weaponizes it in their own personal relationships instead of actually standing for those beliefs. And I think that's sick.
So,
My account did not get banned. I'm right here.
Jason, what are you talking about with Jilly?
Yeah, what are you talking about? What does this have to do with Billy?
Also, I want to know how Jason knows that what Wilted just said was misinformation when, like, how do you know that?
I'm reading the comments. What did he say was misinformation?
I think the fact that you've talked to them.
Are you kidding? That was like a whole ass thing. That was like 3 days worth of conversation. If personally, for their benefit, I won't show you those messages, but just know that I have them. But I'm going to be honest, it makes them look really bad. So I'm not going to put that out there because that's not what the point of this is.
Jason, why don't you come up?
Yeah, my bad. I thought that's what you meant. You could just elaborate if you.
Okay. Why are you trying to change the topic from what we're trying to talk about? We can have that conversation, but this isn't the time to have it. We're having a really important discussion. We're talking about somebody who was hurt, and you're saying that you'd rather talk about your stuff. So if we could keep it on topic for now, we can get to that later. But I don't like that you're bringing this up only when we're trying to actually discuss this issue.
And I feel
It's
like
disingenuous.
if I remember correctly, oh, there's Jilly, thank God. Told by many people about Blue is what I'm asking. What's the problem with Blue?
The problem with Blue is that I've talked to him about the alt-right pipeline that is being propagated and curated in that chat. And the fact that these comments have come up multiple times. This isn't the first time something like that was said. And this isn't the first time someone's told them, hey, that was a bigoted response, or you completely let that slide and nobody said anything. And these people who have this hateful rhetoric are now feeling empowered in your chat. and you're doing nothing to make them feel otherwise. And personally, I'm not going to empower anyone who is a hateful bigot. Sorry. If you say something bigoted, I'm going to tell you, hey, be quiet, get off my platform. Or at the very least, I'm going to say that's not okay. I'm not going to stay silent and pretend I didn't hear it when I then see someone in the comment bring it up and then I mute them. And I'm not going to turn it around on the person who felt hurt and say, hey, you being hurt by my reaction is actually a huge attack on me. That's fucked up. Did Maverick make a mistake? Yes, but it doesn't negate the point that there was an enabling of schmansphobic, anti-T rhetoric that was empowered in that moment and that hurt people. And if your activism is really only something that you use to weaponize in your personal relationships against people you don't like, but when it actually has anything to do with something that you're not personally invested in, I think that makes you performative, and I think that makes you fake as hell. And selfish. I think that's you using activism for your own selfish gain.
Yeah, and I'll be the one to say, if you have to keep apologizing for bigoted or transphobic things that you're doing, then you're not as good of a person as you say you are. Just because you're apologizing doesn't mean shit. Like, you still did it. You still have something to apologize for.
It's apology after apology at this point. How many times have they apologized? This isn't the first apology they've had to say for this shit. And I'm so tired of trans people being the fodder in their learning process. I get it. They're learning, but they don't have to put down all these other people in order to learn. They can keep their mouths quiet and read a book. It's so easy not to hate crime someone. And it pisses me off that they're finding it so fucking difficult. And I'm sorry if I'm heated, but like, this has been weeks at this point of me begging them to stop curating such a hateful and violent environment. And I've told them that what's going to happen is that they're not going to be able to control what people say. And if they continue to allow these people to feel empowered on their platform, they're going to keep saying this horrendous stuff, and more people are going to get hurt, and it's going to blow up in their face more. You know what? They took that as me saying that I'm going to turn everyone against them or something like that. I don't know. That's how I interpreted their response to that. Take that as you will. Maybe they didn't mean it like that. That's how I interpreted it. And I think this fallout right now is just showing that they didn't take in anything I said. They took it personally. They put their ego first. And I mean, you heard how hurt he was about his reputation being hurt. Guys, when Mav said to 2-3 people that he felt confident confiding in, suddenly he's now turning it into Mav told hundreds of people his business. Like, if you're going to be mad that this came to the public, that's not even on Mav. Mav had nothing to do with it. Mav never brought it public.
Nope.
Okay? So this is really just an excuse to funnel hatred towards Mav, and I'm not fucking standing for it. If you want to do that, fucking send it to me, and I'll tell you to piss off.
Yeah, Jason, I don't know. I'm gonna be like T-Paw right now and say that you need to come in on your real account. And if this is a bad thing to say, you said you were trans, and I do not believe you, because if you can look at this DM that I got and still be like, this is a hate train about blue for no reason, then like, you're a part of the problem.
And I'm sorry, but the person who facilitated an anti-T joke, I'm not feeling bad for that person because they're upset that people are upset with them. Again, that is Darvo. That is narcissistic abuse, shaboosh, whatever.
Who cares about Blue? Why is everyone so defensive of Blue? We don't know him. He has given us nothing.
We just want him to stop turning shit onto A, Mav, but also B, trans people, because he's so busy fucking protecting his ego. And his goddamn reputation that nobody fucking knows who he is. So I don't know why he's so concerned. I'm sorry, this really bugged me because this was a trans person going to a community saying, hey, this made me feel unsafe. And the response was to gaslight, to turn it around on him, to block him, and for their community that they curated, that they empowered, to then harass that trans person. That is a type of planet that I don't want any fucking part of. Like, make your own society and live in it.
Also, like,
Wilted is a G, for real.
I don't understand, Jason. Blue doesn't need your protection. He is probably the most privileged out of all of us.
Jason, I'm saying that you guys, I've, you know what? I've told them I'm not releasing the messages. If you want them released, ask them, okay? If they want the okay, I'll put it out there, okay? So I'm not the one holding it back. If you wanted to see it, if you want to see it, ask them, and I'll send it to you. Because I have nothing to hide in those comments, but I know they do, so. And I'm not someone where if someone stoops low, I value myself more than to stoop down to their level. Okay, I actually like myself and I have ethics that I hold myself a standard to, whether I like that person or not, which is something that I don't think these other people can say because their morals change constantly.
Yeah. So, AZ.
Yeah, AZ, I don't know why you fucking shared it to a bunch of people.
It's fine. I am Doug. Take a moment. Why do I feel like Jason is Blue? Well.
Your feelings are valid. We don't diminish your feelings here.
Yeah. We're not gonna say anything as a fact. But you could quell our curiosity by coming up in the box and speaking. If you want to.
And I mean, I also find it so weird to defend someone who then went on to slur multiple times against Indigenous communities in the comments. Like, he could have made his point without using a slur. And I think that's his ego reacting. He doesn't want to be told what to do. And I think that is really the level of emotional intelligence that we're dealing with here. Yeah, and then continue to say it over and over. And that's part of what frustrates me about this whole thing, is that there are so many different ways with which we've told them you are hurting these specific communities, who have made it very vocal that what you've said is really hurtful to that community. You can hear it from me as an ally, you can hear it from them directly. And every single time they said, we do not care. I'm going to say what I want. You can't tell me what to do.
Hello, babies.
So let's talk about all your egos up here dragging us on because you don't like someone. This isn't about anybody but whoever sent this fucking message. I don't understand what you don't understand.
stay on track, man. Like, I know this is hard to focus for like more than a few minutes, but if you just really try, we can stay on track here. And maybe you can find the point.
Yeah,
I
we're
don't even know
still
why y'all are
reviewing
going
this,
back and forth
Blue.
with him, honestly. I don't even understand.
Blue, we're reviewing this because he got a bunch of really, really awful hate messages, okay? And it came from your community, from people that you empowered by not shutting down, okay? So yeah, we're still on this because people are still getting hurt. I get that you want to be done with this and this has to be all about you, but for God's sake, this one time, it's not about you. Let someone else be the victim. And if you really want to talk, why don't you get up here and say that word that you want to say?
Should I read the message out loud for you, Blue? You want me to read it out loud? Or do you remember sending it? I can read it out loud. Just let me know.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Let's go.
Let me get my iPad on.
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Blue, you just came up really hot. Really
why?
hot.
Why? Because you guys have done nothing over the last however long, just completely coming at me. I was falsely accused.
This is
I said I didn't
first
say
live.
it. I was called a liar. I was called transphobic. There was other conversations that were shared about horrific things. And the fact is, like, I stood up for myself. You're right. I never said anything. I didn't laugh. You guys are saying things like, oh, he's the most privileged one in here, or I'm a racist.
Wait,
We're all privileged. We're all privileged.
We said was that you enabled this, you empowered these people.
I did not. How?
By doing nothing. That's
You
your
didn't
point.
say
You said
shit.
you did nothing.
It's
And
not
we
my-
agree. You did nothing.
Okay. What am I supposed to do when I didn't even hear anything?
But this isn't the only time. We've talked to you about this multiple
Why?
times. This
Why do you
alt-right
care
pipeline
so
shit
much? Why
has
don't you guys
to
just
stop.
start your own
It's
room?
called empathy, my
But why are
guy.
you guys
It's about
navigating?
caring about people.
Then there's about 1 billion people. There's 170 million people.
So you only care
You
about
don't care
trans
about any
rights
of them.
when it's attacking Summer.
It's not-
You don't
it-
care when it's against Maverick. Gotcha.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. May I say something? Maverick?
I first want to say you seem a lot more upset about yourself and your reputation and the way you've been slighted than any
Yeah.
of the anti-trans stuff that's
Oh
happened.
my God! Dude, come on.
Get over
We've
it,
addressed
yeah, let's
it.
just
We've
get
spent
over it.
hours on it.
Bro, get over it. You're having people on the internet calling you a bigot. Get over it.
Your
But I'm not,
community
though.
Your community
But I'm
is
not.
coming at a trans person, and you're
It's
doing
my.
nothing
They're not my
about it.
community. And you
I'm not
told me
saying-
to do something about it.
Those are your
As soon as
soul
Maverick let me know, I
your
immediately went
community-
and talked. Hold on a minute. I talked to all 3 panel members immediately. I then got on a phone call with the guy that said what he said for over an hour. I then went back with that information and then took it. And then T wrote a goddamn novella. Then
Yeah, I know,
Maverick
I received it.
unfollowed everyone. Maverick
You
whined
unfollowed him
because he got
first,
blocked.
and he blocked him.
Nope.
And
You
then what
unfollowed
happened is
him.
I just spent
He blocked
4.5 hours on a panel where I was ambushed. I was accused of racism. I was accused of transphobic. I was accused of inaction. And guess
Which you
what?
didn't do.
None of
Wait,
it
that
occurred.
was true.
That is
None of
all
it
true.
occurred.
That is all true.
None of it occurred.
that was my
I'm not
nephew.
but you guys are throwing
Period,
out these
nephew.
horrific labels like you're a racist. Where the fuck do you get that from?
Okay,
Where the hell
okay,
did we
okay,
say that?
Okay, guys. Wait, just
We said
What?
you empowered.
wilted. Hold on.
But I
Okay,
didn't
okay.
empower anybody.
Blue,
Listen
everybody,
to the host.
please, quiet. My whole thing right now is it's okay to be upset that someone is questioning who you are. Okay? But you are crashing out right now instead of listening to the same message that has been said over and over and over again. If someone is telling me that I am this, this, and this,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to listen and be like, okay, no, that's not true. So how can I better show up
Okay.
instead of trying to
Wait,
be.
why do I have to better show up? What am I better showing up for? I've
be a
spent
good
You don't
six.
have to be better.
To be
You
an
don't have to be
empathetic person.
better.
Care
Hold on a
about
minute.
these
Hold on a minute.
communities.
I listened. I spent 6 hours about a comment that was made that came out of pocket that I didn't even say. What do you want me to do?
It's the
Stop
fact that you're
crying
so
about it.
worried about
I'm
yourself
not crying
and not
about. Get off your
actual
fucking
issue that
moral
happened.
compasses and quit policing everybody. If you don't like the way a room is run, leave.
proof. We
Why are you
did
here
not
then?
talk
We
about
did.
this in
We
public.
left.
Why are
Don't
you
be
here
mad at
then?
us because we talked about this in private. We talked about this in private. We did not bring this to the public. You're mad at the wrong people.
I'm not
We
mad
had
at. I'm not
private
mad.
conversations.
Oh my god.
We had
Where-
private conversations to support Maverick, okay? We kept this quiet. We did not bring this to the public. We did not come at your character. That was someone else. And if you have an issue with this being public, that's on you and them, okay?
Bye.
Keep us out of it. Good, stay gone.
Hold on.
Oh.
I'm dropping everybody just right now. Just hold on. This is the exact problem with all of this. Maverick, I dropped Maverick and I dropped Monroe and I dropped Wilted. That was not personal. That was just, I'm not just making it like I'm just dropping Blue because Blue's whatever. This is about standing up for the trans community. I don't give a shit if you want to create a platform that does this, this, and this. We're not going to show up, and we haven't been. This is bullshit. Sorry, Maverick. I dropped everybody.
You're good.
I dropped everybody because this, I don't want anybody crashing out. I want to get to the bottom of who sent this message to Maverick.
Should I still read it out loud or no?
No.
Okay.
Unless you want to. I don't want you to have to relive this because this isn't us trying to. This is not fucking content. And I think that's the problem. Everybody is just trying to gain some kind of clout, some kind of get some pennies. This is damaging real communities. I'm just really frustrated because I want to surround myself with people that love. I'm going to sound like fucking Summer right now. Jesus fucking Christ. God damn it. Genuinely. I just want to surround myself with people that have empathy. And one thing that I myself will not tolerate are people that send messages like this. And the reason that I dropped Blue and everybody else This isn't about you. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, no.
I'm just not. If you want to have another live like last night, go do it. This isn't for content. This isn't for entertainment. I'm sorry, this is going to be boring. Because I'm not making this into something that it isn't. So, hi, hip granny. I just want people to see that, like, trans people are people. They're human. And yes, I'm a troll and I like to make jokes and think things are funny. But I'm not going to attack people's Emily. I don't know. I think this has become way too much.
Yeah, it's like one thing to be trolling people like Pat who have history of not being a good person, or Nick even, but I want to stress this. I don't care how many times I'm going to say this. I don't know who's listening, who's still listening, etc., but I never wanted to go live and talk about the situation, for one. So when I was told that Jessica was calling people over to her live to discuss what I had mentioned to her, I was like, oh, great. Because like I had a feeling it was gonna go really bad, and it did. But yeah, we're not live right now. Still reviewing it or whatever the heck was said. Like, I was sent this message today, not yesterday, not last week, not last month, today at
That's fine,
2:45
Jason,
p.m.
if you want to. I don't care what Jessica thinks about me. I don't care what Blue thinks about me.
Yeah, go ahead, Jason. I don't care. I'll message her myself and say that. Because
That's
clearly I don't
fine.
have an issue going and speaking to her. But I'm not going to be doing that if she's going to be taking screenshots of my DMs and posting it on her live every night. I'm not doing that either. So, Jason, you can do whatever you want. But you should come back on your main account.
Yeah, I know who it is, so. Which is actually really fucked up that they're like, I'm trans. That's the whole point of why I don't want to fuck with any of you guys anymore. This is so.
What do you mean, Summer?
I made Emily a mod.
Oh, okay. Bye, Summer.
I'm. I don't.
Oh, she's giving you
Summer
an
being in
ultimatum.
here, everyone's still gonna be.
Who's coming after Maverick? This AJ person. And if there are people in here who know who AJ is, yeah, you better get your ass up here. Oh, Emily, you've been unblocked. Summer, don't even do that. Don't even do that. Yeah, Anita, I feel like there are like a handful of people who know who it is in here, and that is another issue. You're just sitting. Jason, the same way that you're allowed to be here. How about that? No one's being muted. There's a lot of people in here that I don't agree with. Well, I'm not a mod, so I can't mute anyone, but the same reason why you're still in here, Jason.
Summer's not on my panel,
True.
and she's not going to be. That's what makes it different.
Again,
And
Dizzy is in the chat. She can do what she wants. It's a free app. Like, you guys all act like so high horse about your own lives. Like, it's a free app. Anyone can watch. I really hope people in my real life aren't watching, but anyway, that's besides the point.
Maverick, I'm so sorry. I just want to say, and I wonder if I can do this. Here, you know what? We're about to make everybody a little uncomfortable.
Oh,
Apparently this makes people uncomfortable. This is what we're here for.
yeah.
I'm not in the mood for trolling. I'm not in the mood for any of this right now. So I think I'm going to end. If you guys want to have a different panel, I don't really care. This is never about building my platform. This is really, yeah, I think I'm upset with people that I thought I agreed with, and now there's a bunch of people in my chat that I just don't even care for, so thanks.
Yeah, I fear that there have been people in here sharing it out to people who